That really tells us that how intelligent you are. So, like, now that you are doing masters, so what are your plans for the future? Oh, that's very interesting. It's great to be a part of college's e-cell and have a startup and all of that. Have you planned something for your startup, or is there any idea that you would like to just have an idea of it? LinkedIn, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, that's very interesting. That's a very good idea, I feel.
Yeah, it's actually a very great idea because I think I can agree with you. When we are, searching for jobs, we are just surfing through. We have to apply at one particular site. For instance, Indeed. Then we go to the LinkedIn app. Then we open Glassdoor, and we are applying at multiple sites. And at the end of the time, we lose track of where we have actually applied because the basic thing is we don't know. We were just in that zone, and we keep on applying and we miss on certain things, I guess. So that is a great idea, that you apply on what particular thing and it goes around, surfing multiple apps. That's great.
That's something I really agree with, and I think that's a great idea. And now that you have thought of all these points and all of that, that really shows that you also possess some entrepreneurship skills. So when are you starting with this? Oh, so are you working with your alumni? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think when we start brainstorming ideas, things are pretty much dynamic. There's nothing that stays constant, and it keeps on changing. One person, at times, people's opinions change, at times, the people in the group change. So I think that's a lot. I agree. Very, very true. Execute until and unless things start executing, or rather we start executing them, we never really find what's the best. And unless and until we keep on trying things, and I think that's the only way of knowing what's the best, of trying things कि चलो आज ये ट्राई कर लिया, आज वो ट्राई कर लिया, and you know what, this is what we found the best. So yeah, I really believe that things are pretty much dynamic until you start executing them.
So you're born and brought up in Pune itself, or you have moved to Pune for your education? Oh, wow. We have done a lot of courses and degrees. That's amazing. So you're a proper Punekar Punekar. What's the one thing you love about Pune? Oh, yeah, because it happens like once you are in that city for a long time. I think
So
one thing in Pune I love is the variety of food they have to offer. The Punekar food is very spicy, right? Something like that. Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's sad.
So
we're
I
glad.
rejoined. I rejoined at the point where somebody was talking about sadness.
Yeah, actually, he can't eat Punekar's misal and all the tasty food because he was telling us that he is on a diet. So I said that you're missing out.
I don't fundamentally agree with that. I have an objection. I protest. Punekar food is not tasty at all. I am from Bombay. Bombay food is much more tastier than Punekar food. Oh man, now Puneri food it is tasty, but it's got a different kind of a char. That reminds me, बॉम्बे में गाड़ी चला रहे हो, स्कूटर चला रहे हो, तुम्हारे सामने कोई क्रॉस कर रहा है, तो तुम क्या कहते हो? साले मरना है क्या? But the people in Pune are far, far more sophisticated. They are more educated. तर पुण्यामध्ये तुमच्या गाडीच्या समोर कोणी आलं तर तुम्ही काय म्हणता त्याला? त्याला म्हणता, अरे स्वतःला पेशवा समजतो का रे? So yeah, but the definitely the sorry, I was joking. Hey, so I've been following this conversation a little bit. And I wanted to ask a few questions, and let me see if you have an opinion, that is fine. If you don't have, that is fine too. That's one of the reasons of joining up in a focus group. Not everything will apply, but whatever applies to you, we are more than happy to get your opinion. That is why we invited you in the first place. Um, so the thing that BU is doing, the thing that our program is doing, that first is the big assumption. The big assumption that we are making, कसं आपण normal भाषामध्ये बोलायला गेलं, if you don't mind, is something like, आता ह्या खोलीमध्ये रिया is a Christian, the three of us are Hindus. तर म्हणण्याचा अर्थ आहे की आपला कोणी ना कुठला ना कुठला तरी एक देव असतो आपल्या जवळ, आपल्या पाठीशी. And whole concept of religion is बाबा की आपण परफेक्ट नाहीये, आपल्यामध्ये काहीतरी कमी आहे, हा जन्म पुरता नाहीये, वगैरे 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 वगैरे. म्हणून देवावर विश्वास करा तर तुम्ही you will be whole, you will be complete, you will be a better person, you will achieve nirvana, everything under the sun. Doesn't matter what religion it is. There's always something there. When you grow up, doesn't matter whether it is in this generation or previous generations, or let's talk about this generation. And very often there has this whole thing about going to psychiatrist, going to a psychologist. America madhe every school has a psychological counselor. Junior school has a psychological counselor. Okay. What do they tell you? तुम्ही क्लासमध्ये जास्त हात वरती केला नाही तर you have got a problem. तुम्ही क्लासमध्ये इकडे बघत राहिला तर you have got attention deficit disorder. तुम्ही क्लासमध्ये जास्त हात वरती केला तर you are hyperactive. ह्या मॉडर्न सायकियाट्री सायकोलॉजी प्रोफेशननी पृथ्वीवर जेवढे माणसं आहेत सगळ्यांना पेशंट बनवून टाकलंय. बिकॉज इट इज सो इझी, if you go by their theories, it is so easy to catch something defective. So what I'm trying to say is, for a normal human being, religion is important. Religion is close to that person. And then this social thing is also important because it's part of society. आणि दोन्ही साइडनी काय होऊन राहिलंय असं, हे माझं आमचं अझम्पशन आहे. आय वॉन्ट टू व्हॅलिडेट दॅट. दोन्ही साइडनी इनडायरेक्टली असं होऊन राहिलंय दॅट द मेसेज गोइंग टू दॅट ह्युमन बीइंग इज दॅट यू आर नॉट परफेक्ट, you are not normal. And Hum Life 360 or BU, our program, we want to say, we want to be completely different. We want to be a little more natural. We want to say, dude, you are normal. तुम्ही क्लासमध्ये लक्ष नाही दिलं केव्हा, there are 10 people who pay more attention and 10 students who pay less attention. Yeah, because all of them are not robots. They are all different human beings. Some people may not be paying attention because they are bored. Some people may not be paying attention because they are thinking about a girl. Who knows and who cares? They are all different people. So what we want to say as a company, we want to say that no, we disagree with this trend. We feel that a human being is perfect the way they are. Now, what is perfect? Perfect does not mean 10 out of 10 in everything. Because 10 out of 10 in everything is a piece of stone, dagad. Even a machine will wear down after 1 year. So when we use the word perfect, we say that yes, human beings, there is nothing wrong with you. You are normal. But growing up from childhood, you have been bombarded with lot of stuff, let us say. Social media madhe, you see today, for today's generation, to see some young man or young girl with hardly any clothes on is not a big thing. Within a few years, we won't even notice if someone comes to us without any clothes, we won't even notice us. Okay. But the point is, there's a lot of crap keeps adding burden on you. The problem is you don't know how to address that crap. The problem is not that the individual is abnormal or the individual has a problem, has a mental issue. No, that's not the question at all. The thing is that all around that person, a lot of crap gets thrown at him or her. And at some point, it becomes so confusing, which is for every normal human being will get confused if you get bombarded with all kinds of nonsense. The issue is की त्याला त्या झुंगडमधून बाहेर कसं पडायचं हे माहित नाही. इट्स नॉट की त्या व्यक्तीला मेंटल इश्यू आहे. प्रॉब्लेम हा आहे की आजच्या क्रॅप मधून बाहेर कसं पडायचं ते कोणी शिकवत नाही. There is no guidance around that. There is no one who tells you. एक उदाहरण देतो मी. I was speaking to a girl from Latin America. She's from South America. तर तिने मला तेच उदाहरण दिलं की आता टीनेज प्रेग्नन्सी इंडियामध्ये पण खूप होऊन राहिली आहे. टीनेज प्रेग्नन्सी इज अ ह्यूज प्रॉब्लेम. पण होतंय काय, as soon as teenage, maybe she is in high school, 10वी 12वी फर्स्ट इयर BSc BCom जे काही असेल त्या एज ग्रुपमध्ये असेल and she becomes pregnant, तर तिला आजच्या अकोमोडेटिव्ह कल्चरनी एवढा सपोर्ट मिळतो. The school will give her vacation time. The parents are supposed to be supportive. Everyone is supposed to be supportive to her. But there is no one who actually tells her, dude, it's not always a question of right and wrong, but you slept with a guy, you didn't use protection, whatever it is, but you slept with a guy at this age. He is vanished. You have a kid. You don't even have an idea of why this is wrong. You don't even have an idea of why this doesn't make any sense. And the worst part of it is, समजा कोणी तिला सांगायला गेलं तर that person is right. तुम्ही सपोर्ट नाही करत आहे. So I'm going to finish my speaking here. So this is our impression. So this is what that girl told me a long time ago. She said, Harsh, we don't have anybody in our society to say, hey, the king has no clothes. You know that example, right? Okay. तर एक राज्य होतं, त्याच्यामध्ये एक राजा होता. आणि राजानी एक दिवशी स्वप्न बघितलं की देव आले खाली आणि राजाला इनविजिबल कपडे दिले. आणि राजाने म्हटलं उद्या मी ते इनविजिबल कपडे घालून प्रजामध्ये चालत जाईल. कोणाची हिम्मत नाही राजाला नाही म्हणण्याची. His ministers spread the word to everybody. Hey, Raja is going to come with invisible clothes, and all of you are supposed to, praise the clothes and say how beautiful and how nice and everything. And that's exactly what happened. Next day morning, Raja came down with his invisible clothes, and Purti त्याची प्रजा, त्याचे ministers, Darbar, everyone was on the roads surrounding on the two sides, and everyone was praising the king. Oh, you are looking, these invisible clothes are so looking great and so nice, and God is so blah, 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 blah. काही वेळानंतर एका रस्त्याच्या एका साईडला लहान मुलगा उभा होता. त्या लहान मुलं काहीतरी खेळत होता माती बरोबर, and he looked up and he saw the king and he started laughing. And he says, Arey, Rajan is naked. The king is naked. King does not have any clothes. And he started laughing. And that's the point. There is no one to call there is no one to call out the king. There is no one to call out reality. There is no one who points the finger and says, dude, you guys are bloody idiots. This is not invisible clothes. The king is naked. That's the whole point I was making, that what is happening today is that a lot of people in the younger generation just get screwed up completely, not because they are abnormal, not because they have something deficit over here. It's just because the crap is there. Agreed. No? They get bombarded with all kinds of wrong ideas about love. They get bombarded with wrong ideas about what is true love. Most of the people don't even know what is true love. Most of the people I talk to don't even know what is self-esteem. Swabhiman kashala mantat. They have no idea what is the meaning of the word Swabhiman. Okay. But I'm not sure it is their fault, because there is no one who has taught them this on a societal basis. शाळेमध्ये म्हणा किंवा no. And if if BU has to succeed, I'll just give another simple example. डॉक्टर पेशंटकडे सॉरी पेशंट डॉक्टरकडे जातो, माझं डोकं दुखून राहिलंय. तर डॉक्टरने डोकं दुखून राहिलंय, ठीक आहे, डोकं कापून देतो. डोकंच नाही तर दुखणारच नाही. That is one solution, which you feed so much of sedative to that human being, and there are psychiatric drugs which are becoming more and more popular and more accessible. वो उसका दिमाग ही dead हो जाता है, so they will never face any problems at all. They are continuously under psychiatric medication. The other thing that doctor can say is, ये एस्पिरिन है, एक घंटे में दो गोलियां लीजिए, एक दिन के अंदर आपका हेडेक चला जाएगा, एक घंटे के अंदर और हेडेक चला जाता है, लेकिन दूसरे दिन फिर से आता है. The third option is that the doctor has to ask some tough questions to that person. What were you doing yesterday? Were you drinking too much? Were you eating too much with low light? Were you out in the sun too much? And that is the way to find out what is the real problem. Okay, so I wanted to introduce the concept of real problem as opposed to the surface problem. So I feel, Rohit, that a lot of counselors, lot of counseling, lot of institutions, lot of startups like us, okay, they are getting funded, they are making money, whatever it is, but they are dealing with the surface problem. And he'll give me 2 aspirins and I'll be fine. And how do we do that? We can't. How do we do that? I mean, beautiful. This is a fantastic conversation. I need to draw a balance between not pushing away the customer by asking too many questions in the beginning. Otherwise, they will get scared. They are not used to people asking them questions. They don't know why we are asking that question. They are like, okay, I go to this app and that app just tells me something and I'm fine. Yeah, but then if that app was really fine for you, then why the hell are you here anyway? They don't realize that. But at the same time, as the owner of the company, as the CEO of the company, I do not want to be the surface solution. No, I have got 1,000 different ways of making money. I have not started this just to provide a surface solution. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, that was my assumption, and I wanted to validate that with you. I think you've said exactly what is true, and that is that yes, a lot of customers do like surface solution. They may not understand it. A lot of vendors out there just provide the surface solutions. Now we would like to get a little deeper, because unless you are addressing the actual reason, that individual is never going to get Sudharified. Hmm. But that's the whole challenge. Really? Hmm. Talk to me a little bit about that, because when I met my wife, she used to do that. Oh, Maji, मी उद्या आय विल नॉट बी एबल टू गेट मोर दॅन 60%. माझं असं झालं, मग तसं झालं, मला हेच नाही समजत, मग ते समजत नाही, हे खूप कठीण आहे, माझं होणार नाही. And she always came out with more than 95%. Her, yeah, even here in the US, she went to school, uh, rote, 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 she got a GPA of 3.8 out of 4. Is I don't think you're talking about that. That's just okay. You're talking about something more deeper psychologically. Some people who want to call themselves or want to paint themselves as a victim. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. No, who's? No, I don't think I have heard of Eric Byrne. That name sounds familiar, but Eric Byrne, transactional analysis. Wow. No, I have not heard of this one. I think I have heard of Eric Byrne because we do a lot of psychology stuff, but I never went into. So, what do you think about it? Have you read it? Mm.
Have you read Eric Burns' Games People Play? It's a book that he has published. actually the same thing that you're talking about. The same thing is mentioned in that book. Of how people react, how parents react, how a child reacts. All of the people that the games that they are playing in certain situations. That's what it's mentioned. In. The same thing that you're talking. It's a really nice book. It's not that of a big book. I think some 200 to 300 pages only. But yeah, there are chapters and interesting. Mm, yeah, but I
Rohit,
mean,
I also don't. Sorry, please, you're saying
sorry.
something, dear.
Yeah, but if you have understood this concept pretty well, na, just read
Yeah.
the get it like this. It's that simple. Yeah, yeah, do try.
I was kind of going to say I also don't have a psychology background, but I just raised the volume of my voice and show myself to be confident, and everybody's like, "Oh, really, really, really?" Very interesting person. You're a really interesting person. I think we just need to figure out how to work with you. I think we can bring, as a company, as a team, we can bring a lot of information to you. Um, and I think there is a lot we can learn from you as well. Mm, mm, mm. What time is it? Okay, we have just a few minutes left. Yeah, let's wrap up this session. Let's set up another meeting with Rohit if he's okay with it. I would love to talk to him again. Um, yeah, and Dhanashri, then you can make sure that we are all set up. So if you want to wrap up, yeah, let's wrap up.
Yeah, I think we should wrap up for this session and we'll definitely meet Rohit again. He's a very interesting person to talk to. So, yeah, thank you, Rohit, for taking time to be here and for participating in today's session. I really appreciate the openness you brought, the information you gave, the opinions you shared, and it really means a lot that you shared your thoughts with us. Thank you so much.
What, if I may ask, what's your availability next week, um middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday? What time? After 7 in the after 7 in the evening. Yeah, Dhanashri, if you don't mind, just make a note of that. And if he says after 7, let's give him a little bit space to breathe. So let's see if we have some time. Maybe let's give him an hour. So maybe he's happy with 50. Wow, your schedule is works on a 15-minute slot. Wonderful. Okay, 7 it is. If he's comfortable with 7, let's do 7.
Okay, okay. I will schedule a session next Thursday, post 7.
Yeah, yeah. Is there something, Rohit, you want? Because this is what we do as a business. This is our job. This is what we do. The only difference is we love what we do. So we don't do it just as a job. We love what we do. Is there something you want us to come prepared with? आत्ता सांगण्याची गरज नाहीये. पण धनश्रीला तुम्ही नंतरही सांगू शकता की ठीक आहे, we will meet and like we will have a million questions. We have a million topics to talk about. But this is also a place for you. So if there is something you want to talk about, you want to us to get be prepared with, you know, just let Dhanashri know, and then we'll be ready with that.
Yes.
And I'm going to keep in mind your whole, I won't say it's a problem, but your whole situation around friendships. Uh, but you know what? We'll work something out. Today was the first meeting. Mhm. Good? All right. Okay. Bye.
Bye, Rohit.